Alright, hey YouTube, Doomer Saucy here, back with another video, and with this one, shifting back to Hot Wheels for, at least for this video, this one's gonna be this is gonna be a quite focused one. We are gonna be looking at a bunch, most of the Redline Club, maybe not most, but a lot of the Redline Club, Volkswagen Drag Buses. I have just about, I have, let's see, all the normal ones. I got the selections one that obviously showed up about a month ago. I do not have the 3 membership ones, or the 4 membership ones, I mean. Done police, fire, taxi, and Army staff car liveries. And I do not have the T1 drag bus. That was from, I think, 2012. I don't have the 2011 subscription plan finale car for that one. That one I probably won't get anytime soon. That one's pricey. And I do not have the Candy Striper one. But I do have, I believe, all the rest of them. And I got a few bonus ones in the back there. So yeah, we're just gonna get into it. So first up, we have from the early ones, from the first year of Redline Club, in 2003, 2002. We got Flying Customs custom drag bus series. So these were, let's see, what were these? 10,000. Oh, wow. Yeah, limited to 10,000. 4802 of 10,000. And obviously, busted blister, so we are just going to go ahead and open this sucker. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Hang on to the card here. Garbage bag over here. And here is the first Redline Club drag bus, done up in chrome to mimic the old Flying Colors super van. So, and unfortunately, by this time, they couldn't, I believe they just weren't able to license the Flying Colors name anymore. So that's why it's Flying Customs at this point. So yes, this one still has the early plastic rear wheels on it. They did not develop the larger Real Rider wheel until 2004 for Series 3. That was the first year that they actually had the giant Real Rider wheel for the back. So there is our chrome drag bus. Flying Customs. All right, next up. Whoa, crap. Knocking shit over here. All right, we have Convention Series from the Nationals that year. This was another one limited to 10,000, I believe. So I think at the time what they did was they would make one of these, they would sell it at the convention, or the Nationals and the convention, and then they would sell the remaining ones online. I'm not 100% certain on that, so don't fully quote me on that, but I think that's how it worked at the time. They did that for a while. They had different releases like that, and that was separate from the Redline Club pink car. I don't remember when I think they did that probably until about 2010. I think was the last time they had one like that. So yeah, so here is, as you can see, the Collector Nationals drag bus. HotWheelsCollectors.com. The old site before everything merged into Mattel Creations. there's that drag bus. Next up, we have, I believe, this was Phil Reelman. He had worked for Hot Wheels for 10 years, I guess, at this point. And this was, and for those that don't know, the drag bus was kind of his baby casting that he, it came out in 96. I don't know the full story. The way I understand it was they were looking for something that would be like, kind of like a new flagship casting. And he had come up with the idea of the Volkswagen drag bus and the original, and then his original idea for what eventually became the blown delivery. And then they ended up making this one, and it was actually a first edition. Like you get it in 2 count cases for $1 at the store, assuming you actually found them. I know at the time when I was collecting, I was 11 at the time, and I never saw a damn one of them in store. The first edition, but it became kind of their flagship casting. It was like they used it for all sorts of different promos. Gained a huge following very quickly. And then I want to say these were, I got, one second, pull it off the wall here, because I got another one here. There's this gold one here. I think these were, oh, this was also Nationals. Okay. So this might have actually been for, it might have been a dinner car. I'm not really sure now that I think about it. All right, but this one, anyway, the difference between this one and this one here, this one has the Nationals logo on the roof. This one does not. I want to say that was a dinner car, but I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, so they ended up, anyway, the drag bus, it just became the kind of the flagship car for Hot Wheels. A long time. When, like I said, like all the promos were made with it and such. So love this blue. Ooh. Okay. Gotta love that Hot Wheels blue. Looks really good here. Whoa, crap. Philip Reelman, 10th anniversary. So, there's the blue one. I'll get to that one in a minute here, and then we'll open up the other one, the orange one. So this one is actually quite limited. Only 2712 are made of this one. So I don't know if this was like a made or I'm not 100% certain on the story behind these. I'm sure Connie Basham would. She's a longtime Hot Wheels collector, huge fan of the drag bus. I think it's basically her favorite casting. She essentially knows everything about this car. So she would know exactly what the story is behind these. Here is the orange one. And yes, the one with the logo on the roof is staying carded. There's that one. We'll move on to Series 2. They did a few different kind of subsets in here. They did the Neoclassics, 4-car Neoclassics. They had these 4-car Flying Customs. This is just one of the 4. And then they also did Super Chromes set among those. I need that for later. All right. But, yeah, so we got the Spectre Flame Black. David Chang, I assume, did the deco for this one. Because it's got the custom city wheels and all that. And that was kind of his thing. And he did, like, if I recall correctly, he was the one who did, like, he did, like, these giant custom versions of the bus that were very collectible for a while. I think they still are, but it's very niche, a niche subset. Yeah, we got Spectre Flame Black. Got the Custom City wheels there. David Chang's signature up there on top. And then really cool paint job. Really good looking one. All right, next up, moving on to Series 3. We've got the, this was the first time they did this Real Rider subset. So by 2004 for Series 3, they did like for the series cars for HWC. You would have, at least at this point, 6 Real Riders cars, and they would come on cards like this, at least originally for several years. And then you had 6 Neoclassics cars. And I think like basically, let's see, 3, 4, 5, special, 6. Yep, 6, 7. So from Series 3 through Series 7, they always had a drag bus. And this was the last one of like the regular series ones I needed. The one done up in Real Riders deco. So at this point, these were, for this one, these were limited to 10,500. The Flying Customs one, by the way, was out of 12,500. So. And then, like I mentioned before, this was where, this was when they debuted the giant Real Rider wheels for the drag bus. And they're only used on here for this and the T1. And as originally, now the drag bus that they use in retail the last few years is the base is a completely different tool. Like the motor is no longer metal; it's plastic. There's some differences in the back here, so they can use the next smaller size of the Real Rider wheels. So if anything, we see this wheel again, it'll only be probably on a convention release and a Redline Club release. Oh, beautiful blue on this one though. Love this one. Honestly, it's probably my favorite one of all the Redline Club ones, other than maybe that Series 7 one that we will get to. Kind of do something here. Get these all lined up, kind of, maybe. All right, next up, moving on, 2005 Series 4, done up in purple. And if you're wondering, yes, these will actually fit into a jammer case. It's a snug fit, but they do fit. White interior on this one. Beautiful purple on this one. Bilstein, Goodyear, Champion, Bell. Crane cams. Magnet Morelli, I don't know what that is. I need to Google that. Definitely a sharp looking one. All right, next up, one that we got this curious one here. Series 5 in 2006. Actually, wait a minute, 1 sec. I might need to. Okay. 2005. 1 second. That's 4 years. No, this one's next. This one is next. So, in 2005, I don't know the whole story behind this one. Apparently, it was a huge surprise. The RLC Thank You bus. From what I understand, they just kind of made these, and I want to say they were actually from. I don't know if they were free for the members. Let's see. Thanks for being part of the coolest diecast club around. As a way of saying thanks for your membership, we offer you this special customized bus available only to RLC members. We hope this bus in RLC colors of chrome and spectral flame red will be cherished by all our members. So this might have been a free one. This might have been a freebie. I think it was a freebie. But and 2000, I was in college at the time, so I wasn't really paying too much attention to what was going on with this. I did try to join the forums and all that at the time, but something was goofy and it wouldn't like let me for whatever reason off my email, and then I just kind of gave up for a few years. All right, so here is the thank you bus. Yes, it does say thank you there across the top. Redline Club logo on the chrome roof. Definitely a sharp looking one. So there's that one. All right, now we'll move on to Series 5 in 2006. We got this one in teal, two-tone teal and white. So I did already have one of these. It was loose and it was a little, it got dinged up, so I ended up just grabbing another one. Because why not? I wanted to mint one. And honestly, that other one I have, considering who I got it from, that might not be a, might not have been a normal version of it anyway. So here is the teal or aqua. I'm not really sure exactly which color this is. BF Goodrich wheels. So the interesting thing, when I picked this one up, whatnot, and who I got this from, pretty sure it's a legit, considering who I got it from, it was a legit piece. It's like, I think this is a pre-production version of this one where the factory messed up. They painted the primary, they painted it as white as the primary and then the teal over that, where it was supposed to be the opposite. Paint the teal over so you could get the spectral flame color and then the white over that. So you can see that's how this one ended up getting painted. No, this is not, and it's not like the, what do you call it? It's not the custom designer CD-ROM one, which was all white. That was all white, I believe, a red interior on that one. But then it had like normal 5 spokes and all that. No, this one, and like I said, who I got this from, definitely a trustworthy source, especially with the weird logo on the back there. Pretty sure this ended up being a pre-production piece that was made incorrectly. And that is why I got this. I ended up getting it from, I got it from freaking dirt cheap. But it was one of those, I kind of took a gamble. It actually wasn't over too expensive, so I didn't mind it even if it was a fake. But I am 99.999% certain this is a legit pre-production piece. All right, next up, later in 2006, we have just a general release club exclusive. I think these were made to order. They had 13,775 of them done. On that teal one, and by the way, this white and teal one, 11,000 of that one. All right, and here, just Spectral Flame Red. Another really nice looking one. The Flying Customs logo there, along with the Real Riders logo. Neoclassics. So definitely a cool looking one. All right, Series 6 from 2007. We got this one in orange, one of 11,000. Really? There's tape on this one. Did not expect that. I didn't even realize that when I bought this thing. Huh. Whatever. So here's the orange one with those sharp ghost flames. I do really like this one. It kind of rivals the Real Riders and that gold one there, but yeah, this one is really nice. All right, next up, Series 7, 2008. The last of the regular, kind of the regular series ones of these. Because it ended up, this is what, 10,000 for this one. The membership one was in 2009. Because 2010 was the, yeah, 2009. 2010 was the AMX. So. And here is the gold one with the old school Hot Wheels logo from the original Redline era. Cards. Awesome looking one. Like I said, this one is this one, I don't know which one I like more. This one or the Real Riders one. It's kind of a toss-up. Kind of leaning a little more toward the Real Riders one. This one is so cool too. I love that one. All right. And then kind of for regular Redline RLC releases, they did like the like I said, they did the T1 drag bus with all the windows around it. They did a special one in antifreeze for the 2,000 people that ended up buying into the subscription plan, where kind of like what now is overdrive is, but those were your required. It was only for the 12 series cars, and you had to get all 12. You couldn't have like cancellation or anything like that through there. You had to buy all 12, and you bought all 12. You got that antifreeze T1 drag bus with the giant Neo wheels, just like this purple one here. That was kind of like your prize at the end, along with the tin that you put all the cars in. And then there's another T1 bus. It was kind of done in like a Hot Wheels Racing look, with the Hot Wheels Racing blue and all that. That was, I believe, also made to order. I think that was for 2012. And that, I believe, was it until they brought this one out for the Neoclassics line after Hot Wheels returned to the China for production. This was in 2017 or 18. One of the 2 years. Actually, do I have a date code on the bottom here? We do not. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what year it was. But yeah. So this was I want to say it was 2017. It was the first year they came back. Might have been 2018. But awesome looking one in this purple. It's a lighter purple than this Series 4 one. It is a lighter purple than that one. Sharp looking one. And then, like I said, I never ended up grabbing the Candy Striper one for whatever reason. I really don't remember why. I just didn't at the time, and I do kind of regret not getting it. But then we got this one in selection as part of the selections voting for during 2024, and they started shipping out back. I think it was back in March when we all received these. And for anyone wondering, no, we will not see this casting be used there again. Any casting that got used in selections will not be used. Will not be eligible to be part of the vote again. So if anyone was wondering, because I know there were a lot of newer collectors that absolutely hated this thing. They thought it was so stupid and all that. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. I understand. It definitely is not for everyone. But to have like the original style bus like this, it was probably going to be the cheapest way to get any release of the bus. At least a fancy version of it anyway. I think there are some of the promo ones from the late 90s. You can get them for under $20 a piece, but any of the Redline Club ones, you're not getting them for under what you bought this one for. So definitely a cool one. All right. So that's it for what I got for Redline Club ones. But we got a few bonus pieces I'm going to open up back here. 2013 mail-in with the drag bus. I actually had the 2012 ones as well. The problem was the paint is actually flaking on those old on those mail-ins, and I was very shocked to see that, honestly. If you're wondering, I got the T1 here. You can see paint is just flaking off it. And then I looked on eBay, just kind of curious, and a lot of them are like this. This ain't just mine, so it sucks. The same the blown delivery I have from that set too is flaking as well. So it sucks. It definitely sucks. This one's not. This one is nice and good. So to go along with that one, we got the Thunder Roller. I don't remember. Whenever was the bus? So this was for. The bus was definitely for. That was for the November Kmart one. So that means the Thunder Roller here. Number 3 must have been for the September Kmart days that year. Get this sucker open here. Oh boy. I did not notice that before. That one's getting some flaking to it too. Interesting. I'll have to go online and see what's going on with that. See if others like that too. That sucks. The bus is good. Yeah, let me look at the bus again. Bus. Yeah, the bus seems fine. That is unfortunate with the Thunder Roller. Have to look at some of the other ones on eBay or something to see if they're also flaking a little bit too. So that kind of sucks for that. But down to 2010. Mail in. This was also 3, 4. So this was for September Kmart days. There we go. So there's Giant Thunder Roller. This one is sharp and blue. There's that. And then for this was 2006 mystery cars. I believe this one was, these were the mail-ins back in 2006. So VW Drag Bus. I want to say, I don't remember if, I think you had to get all 4 to be able to get this one. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how it worked that year. Could be quite wrong on that too. There is the mail-in drag bus. And 10th anniversary, I think, is because it was the 10th anniversary of the drag bus. And then lastly, the last big old one we'll open up here, the convention pink car. This was from, this was what, 2021? Jeez, that was longer ago than I thought. It might have been 2022 when this one actually was done. Jeez, I've been sitting on this that long. So here is blown delivery. Phil Reelman's other kind of flagship design. I think he just didn't have this one. So yeah, from what I understand, it was either going to be this or the drag bus that they were going to make. And I think they went with the drag bus just because of the, you know, being Volkswagen and all that. And I think this one, the overall design, I don't think he had fully fleshed out yet. And then in 2010, they ended up deciding to actually make it, and it was it debuted in red. Had like, I think it had red line on the, had like red line script, like it was a sign thing on the, for the deco and all that. It looked really cool. I was not part of Red Line Club at the time, so I was not able to buy it. Yeah, this was kind of the big one for a while. Then it's definitely died down over the last few years, but that original red one is not. That one's still a few $100 to try to get that nowadays. So, but yeah, this one, I thought this would be a fun one to get all the drag buses together and get them opened up. I don't know. I like it. I'm happy. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.